Really?
Mm-hmm.
Friday and Saturday at the Masters is going to have wind?
Yep, that's what I'm hearing.
What? So all right. So the Masters, Tiger obviously is the story of the week, right? I mean,
Of course.
is that the story of the year?
I mean,
First of all,
it's
if he
quite
makes the
remarkable
cut,
that he's even walking right now, let alone playing in a golf tournament.
so if he makes the cut,
It's
what's
hard
the
to
greatest-
say how amazing it is if he makes the cut because they're all saying he looks great as far as golf. It's the walking the course that's the issue for him.
Yeah, but won't that put a lot of torque on him?
Yeah, that's the thing that you can't really judge how he's going to react. But they said in his 2 practice rounds or 3 practice rounds, he looks amazing. He was, calling out where he's going to hit it. And he's determined as anybody. He's Michael Jordan and Tom Brady when it comes to that, as far as you can't count him out.
I wonder if he'll have a psychological edge like he used to.
If he feels good swinging that stick, if he feels good swinging the clubs, watch out. Watch out.
Because he plays with Justin, so Justin's not going to be intimidated by him. But other guys, if he's starting to hit the ball well, that could get intimidated to other guys.
Yeah, because you got to think a lot of these guys were he was their idol growing up. They were watching him dominate at the Masters, and now to be playing with him. And if he starts to play good, especially after the car accident and his first tournament back, if he comes back like cold turkey and starts playing well at the Masters, they're going to be in awe. I mean, you saw this crowd for his practice rounds, right? It looked like Sunday at Augusta. It's crazy.
It is crazy. That is crazy that he had that many people there. So with that said, what are you thinking about the Masters? What are you doing?
Whew. I've been researching over the last couple of days. I got 3 guys that I'm going to attack.
Yeah.
Justin Thomas. You know I'm a Justin Thomas guy. What impressed me about Justin Thomas was watching him under those weather conditions at the Players a couple weeks ago. He shot 69 when everyone was, +6, +7. He actually had one of the great rounds that anyone's ever seen, quoted from some people who watched that round. I just think he's built for this, and he's due, and I have no trouble backing him. Cam Smith is another guy. Just think he's great short game, great putter, and he's in another world right now. And then Scotty Scheffler, obviously, you can't go against him. He found it. He finally won, and since then he's won 3 out of 5, and he just dominates right now.
All right, so picking 3.
And then I got a long shot guy I like. You might not agree with, but I think you know who that
is.
Yeah. Zalatoris, boy. Zalatoris. He just has the make. He just has it. He has the if factor, bro. And
he doesn't have the if. He's got the yips. He's got the yips factor, not the ips. He doesn't have the it factor.
He came on the scene last year at the Masters and finished second. That's
Did he fold? Didn't he miss a bunch of putts?
He did.
Weren't we sitting there
watching have a learning curve.
Hooters? Weren't we in Hooters watching that?
We were. But listen, he's going to build from that. That's experience. You know what I'm saying? So, and since then he's played well. He's one of the great iron players right now going. And I just believe he has that makeup that he's just a great golfer, and you could tell. I'm just going to.
So is Webb
40 to 1? 40 to 1?
Would you consider? Where's Webb Simpson sitting? Because I like taking
1.
Webb.
I was actually going to bring that up for you. Your boy Webb is 100 to 1. Another guy who's 100 to 1, who I think is kind of crazy for the year they're having, Taylor Gooch, 100 to 1's kind of disrespectful a little bit.
Yeah, but he's not ready to win a Masters. He's not ready.
I agree. No, I agree. But he's been top 10 like 6 times already this year.
Still might want to take him. Maybe take him in a top 10 so I can scream, "Let's go Gooch!" The Gooch.
It'd be worth it just for that.
Let's go Gooch. Nah, where's Cape Cat?
20 to 1.
Yeah,
it's hard to ignore the ability for Koepka to get up in majors. He has 4 majors already. And last Masters, you remember he was playing with that knee injury. It was kind of, he's kind of a little altered for him to play at a high level. He's been playing decently recently, so you got to think he's going to show up for this tournament. But there's so many guys. I mean, we could talk Cantley, Spieth, Rahm. I mean, Dustin. You could go. You know what I mean? There's so many.
But now we're talking putting money on it, and putting money on it's a little different. So My three guys that I have money on would be Webb Simpson, probably Webb Simpson, Kapka.
Dig deep. Dig deep.
Is Wolf playing?
Wolf? Yeah, let me scroll down to see where Wolf is. Matthew Wolf. Jesus. He's 200 to 1.
I like it. I like it.
The thing with Wolf is he's either so bad you don't want to even look at him, or he's got the ability to put up some good rounds. So
listen, there's a new worst putt of all time, and it's Justin Thomas. Did you see Justin Thomas's 3-putt from 18 inches the other day?
No, it was Rahm who missed a 2-foot.
No, it was Justin Thomas, just 3. No, Jordan Spieth. Was it Spieth or Thomas? It was Jordan Spieth or Thomas, 3-putted from 18 inches.
That was Rahm. Go look it up.
No, that was Rahm 3 weeks ago.
You saw Rahm do it too. Yeah.
That Rahm actually came up short.
I know. I think it was Spieth. It was Spieth. It was Jordan Spieth.
Putted it to the left, and he went to tap it back in, and he pushed it to the right. Yeah, he pushed the tap into the right. But it started at 18 inches.
Yeah, but the Masters for Spieth, this is one of those tournaments where Spieth's going to come hunting for it. So I wouldn't count him out either. It's hard to name 100 golfers. There's only one winner. But like I said, I'm picking the two I think are the hottest right now in Cam Smith and Scheffler. And then my guy who I think has the great all-around game, who could battle through, has the mental fortitude, and I think Justin Thomas is due and will look good in a green jacket. So.
He doesn't have one yet, right?
No, does not.
He's got no Masters. Well, listen, it's also kicking off tomorrow. Two games got postponed already. I know the Red Sox game got postponed with the Yanks.
Yeah.
Another baseball game's getting postponed. But baseball kicks off tomorrow.
It's almost the backstory, right? Baseball's opening day, and it's the backstory.
Well, with Tiger playing in the Masters, listen, that's dominating, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to dominate. That's going to dominate the story because
listen, with the lockout and everything with the baseball, it's going to take me a week or two to kind of see how these teams come out and what they got. Yeah. I have no say about tomorrow's games. Like, it's who I like. I'll tell you one thing though: the team sitting behind you on that banner, that's a team this year. I like the Phillies.
That's my sleeper team for the World Series. That's why they're behind me.
Yeah. So
they're my pick to win the World Series this year. I think the Phillies have the team that can win the World Series this year.
They do.
So did you see 3 guys just got suspended from baseball this week for 80 games?
No.
So 3 guys got suspended. I think I saw it yesterday. Suspended from baseball yesterday.
Big names or?
They were names that you'll know, but not all stars.
Okay.
And the reason I'm bringing this up, the first thing I noticed was where they were all from. So you know how David Ortiz has long had a beef with Dan Shaughnessy, who was a Boston Globe reporter for a long time, because he brought up the fact back in the day, he asked David Ortiz if David Ortiz took steroids because a lot of Dominican players were taking steroids. So Ortiz has long called him a racist out in public. And it's well known. Now, the 3 guys that were just 86 from baseball for 80 games and some of the most recent players are from either Puerto Rico or the Dominican Republic. There is some legitimacy to what Dan Shaughnessy said. And if you go back and look at all the people that are suspended, you will see a region where the majority, probably 80% of them, are from. And so I just thought it stood out. So 3 guys suspended for 80 games. It doesn't seem to be happening much anymore. But the guys that are doing it, it seems like they're mid-level guys trying to get
from Dominican Republic, Spanish descent.
But they're mid-level guys as far as players go.
Yeah.
In other words, and I think they're doing it to try to get that big contract because they probably won't be able to get there.
Yeah, it's saying here that they're all 3 are still free agents, and now they're suspended for 80 games.
Yeah.
You're right. I do know all 3 players. All 3 are middle of the pack, whatever players, but
yeah, they're nothing special. But I was surprised
Almost like
by
they're
it.
setting like an example, like that to watch out for everyone else type of thing.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is what's this thing that did you see that? First of all, they are going to start extra innings on second base.
I know
They are
all
doing the
agreed
ghost
to
runner.
keep that.
For,
Yeah,
it's the worst thing.
it's terrible.
But they're doing
Did you see
something.
this? Did you see the other thing that I know you're
The
about to talk
umpires.
about it?
The
Yeah,
umpires.
no, not the umpires. The pitching signs. The catchers. You saw that? They're gonna have a device where the catcher can pick on with buttons what pitch and where, and the pitcher hears it on a device in their ear, so that no one can steal the signs. I thought that was crazy, but then everyone's saying that they used it in spring training, and they love it.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Well, now they're doing replay like the NBA. They're going to do replay where they go over and tell the fans what the verdict is and why, and it's going to go on TV. So they're doing the same thing as NBA on instant replay. So you didn't see that?
No,
First
you
of
gonna be
all,
able to challenge it and review it, or
when there is a challenge and they do replay, they're going to speak into a camera as to what their call is and why. To explain it to the people viewing. Of all the referees, don't you think baseball has long been the most arrogant? Like the umpires are just the most arrogant referees on the planet?
Yeah.
Can you imagine them trying to, here, we're doing it this way.
I also feel like it's getting to a point where baseball is the most useless for umpires. Like, you literally could put a strike zone in where everyone could see what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's to the point where they're almost not even needed as much going forward. So that's funny. Can't wait to see what their explanations are. Because remember, we watched a couple games last year. We couldn't believe the calls early on too.
No, I mean, listen. And the funny thing is, Joe West is done, right? He's retired.
Yeah.
So now you had a guy that was one guy. I would love to see him try to explain that stuff. And what's the other guy's name? Angel Hernandez.
Yeah.
Angel Hernandez, who's one of the worst has to explain himself. So listen, you guys had a bad week back there, right? The Mets. So
same old Mets.
Scherzer, and I don't think that DeGrom injury is a 4-week injury. I think it's a 4-month injury.
Listen, that's the thing. If he comes back in 4 weeks, starts throwing again, and could get back, and he's okay, it's not a big deal. Yeah. But if it's more than that, the season's shot already. That's how big of a deal it is. He's that good. And then Scherzer already with the lingering hamstring. He already couldn't pitch in the World Series with his dead arm. Yeah. That concerns me as well. That's another reason why I love the Phillies too.
Yeah, I looked at so the Braves are going to get hammered. I think the Braves are going to get hammered this year. I looked at that, and to me, that number that they have them at is high, very, very high. They also have the Marlins. But when I looked at the Phillies have Gausman, right?
Yeah. No. The Phillies have Nola. Eflin.
Look at their lineup. I looked at their pitchers.
They have three stud pitchers.
But they also picked their number 4, number 5 is like a pretty good pitcher. I thought they picked up a guy from the Giants.
Gausman went to the Blue Jays.
I could be wrong, but I thought they picked up a guy from the Giants when I looked at it. But the funny thing is, we're right back at the same place we always are with one of the teams, and that's the Angels. Where you look at their offensive lineup and you're like, oh, they're going to be good. And then you look at their pitching and you're like, they're not going to be any good.
I actually think they're not going to be bad, though. I really do. I think this is the year. They got 2 bona fide aces. Honestly, I understand you might not. If Syndergaard, they're all saying Syndergaard looks like he did years ago. His health is behind him. He's good. Syndergaard and Ohtani is a great 1-2 punch. And I just can't ignore the fact that their offense is going to finally come together. Ohtani's going to have a great year again. Trout's going to stay healthy. You got Rendon. And then you got guys like Walsh. They got a couple other good guys that come along. I have the Angels winning that division this year. I really do.
Well, the A's are selling off. The worst team in baseball is
the A's. That's the worst team in
baseball. They're getting rid of everybody right now.
Yeah.
So a team that typically would be up there challenging with them gets rid of everybody.
And the Astros used to be dominant, and they started getting rid of players. They're going to start coming back a little bit. So that leaves Texas, who I didn't think did enough to overtake the Angels. So Angels at plus 300 or 400 or something like that is a great bargain to win the division.
To win their division.
Yeah.
To win their division?
Yeah.
I think the
It's all on
Mariners might
health,
be.
though.
I think the Mariners might be a sleepy. I think they might be a sleepy
that
team.
might be the second place team. There is the Mariners.
Yeah,
They got a lot of young talent. Talent.
What was his name? They had a pitcher last year, not Senzen. They had a pitcher, Flexen. They have Flexen, right?
They have Flexen and Gilbert are supposedly their best pitchers.
Yeah. So that's a team to watch because the rest of the division has come so far down. I think that's a team to watch out for. But I do like the Phillies a lot.
I do. They added Castellanos and Schwarber. Bryce Harper looks like he's on a tear that he's going to do even better than he did last year. You got Realmuto at catcher. You got Rice Hoskins. You got Segura. You got the kid Alex Baum. They got a good team, man. And they hit Hitters Park, winnable division. Squad. Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, they got a good squad. But so it all kicks off tomorrow. What are you going to have on YouTube? Are you going to have on? I'm
going to have the Masters on, buddy. I'm going to have the Masters on, boy.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
First of all, betting golf is to me the funnest sport to bet on. People, if you don't bet on golf,
that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be sitting there watching, and I'm gonna be pouncing on first round leaders that are giving me a plus 2,600. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna be, you know, that's the fun part about it.
It's just too much fun. Well, let's cover something that just happened.
I might take the Angels tomorrow though, with Ohtani playing at home, minus 130. I'll take a shot at that's a 9:30 start, so that's at Masters will be done for the day. I might stab at the Angels, Astros.
Who are they playing?
At home versus the Astros, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, we haven't even touched on this. It just ended. March Madness just ended.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk, baby. We back in the winner's circle.
Yeah, they did. My biggest complaint, listen, I said it from the beginning. This was the worst shooting tournament I've ever. I can't recall seeing teams shoot so poorly repeatedly over the course of a tournament. When you had the SEC shown they can't shoot. The SEC cannot shoot the basketball. That whole conference.
They recruit athletes. They don't recruit shooters. That's always been a thing in the SEC.
Yeah, but they can knock down threes in the past. These guys literally can't shoot. My biggest problem was that I thought the best player in the Final Four for the weekend was Baycott. So I thought Baycott was the best player. I think he should have won. And I think the only reason that he didn't win it was because he was in the locker room when they were deciding who it was going to be. And he was probably down, and they didn't want to go get a guy out of the locker room that just lost to bring him out there to win an award. It had more to do with circumstances than it did about who really should have won the award. And then if that's the case, I think they should have held off and announcing that until tomorrow and given it to Baycott. He was by far the best player.
Hey, listen, Saturday and Monday. Until the second half of the championship game. We can't take away the credit. Listen, they shut him down to 3 points, 5 rebounds in the second half of the game where they were up 15 at half. You can't ignore the fact that.
Yeah, but I lay that. So that gets laid solely on the two guards that kept turning the ball over. The two guards kept turning the ball over for North Carolina in the second
Davis
half.
shot 5 for 25, and Love was 4 for 26.
One guy was
for 8 for 3, 0 for 5 from 3. Christian Braun and Agbaji's defense against those guys was great. I thought Remy Martin was a huge spark, had 11 points off the bench in the second half.
You're welcome.
Some big threes.
You're welcome.
Arizona State prodigy, let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to let you know, out of all my sports teams that I root for, in my lifetime, I've only seen 2 championships, 2008 KU, 2022 KU. Mets, Vikings, and Rangers didn't win in my lifetime. Actually, the Rangers did, but I was 7 years old. I was very young.
94. So, we'll get to that next week. Well, they're getting ready. They're coming down the stretch. These guys are coming down the stretch.
Hockey's got 2 weeks left? Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming down the stretch. The NBA's coming down the stretch. No Lakers. I actually might watch some NBA playoffs.
Insane that a Laker team with AD and LeBron didn't make the playoffs. Not an 8
LeBron took the easy way out again.
Hey, but listen, LeBron was the second leading scorer in the NBA this year. Had one of his best seasons statistically in the league at 38.
Yeah, but okay. So here's what I'll say about that. You had 4 guys I've never heard of that got 50 points in a week, like in a game in a week. Everybody was getting 50 points this year. There is no defense. Guys can take 8 steps if they want to after they stop dribbling to get open and shoot, and you can't come near them, otherwise you're crowding them.
Listen, they didn't play for that coach. They didn't like the coach, you could tell. The injuries, they didn't really have LeBron and AD on the floor with Westbrook for more than maybe 12, 13 games all year. Westbrook was not the guy to bring in. They should have went and got DeRozan. DeRozan showed that this year. He's been insane. The Bulls aren't where they are without DeRozan. He averaging 30 points a game. If they get DeRozan and go get a guy like Caruso or Kyle Lowry.
Who's the leading scorer in the NBA this year?
Joel Embiid, who's going to win the MVP, believe it or not, because you cannot lead the league at scoring from the center in this day and age and do what Joel does and not get the MVP, in my opinion.
How many points is he averaging?
32 a game or something.
Is he really?
Yeah, and he's doing it with jumpers. He's scoring all over the place. He's a freak. Another Kansas guy. Shout out Kansas. Yeah.
Shout out Kansas. Well, you got it for a year, man. You're going to have it for a year.
They came out with the odds for next year. Kansas is the favorite already. We have the number 3, I think, class coming in next year. So we'll see. No one's repeated since the Gators with Joakim Noah in them. So we'll see what happens next year. But, yeah, it's the Masters. It's baseball. Let's get it. It's going to be a fun Thursday tomorrow.
Yeah, today's the 6th. So all next week, we're going to up our, we'll be back doing these a lot more frequently. We'll be talking gambling and talking sports under a new moniker. So we'll be rolling out our new moniker next week and should have some fun things to talk about. Today is interesting. Again, we're getting ready for the Masters. We're getting ready for MLB. You're on the Angels tomorrow. I'm holding off for a week. I just want to see what happens. I want to see what goes on for a week in baseball.
Me too. I'm just stabbing on the Angels because it's Ohtani at home, and I love the Angels this year. But you're right. I'm not jumping really heavy deep into the baseball yet. Let me see how they start.
When you crush MLB like I crush MLB, you just got to make sure you pay attention.
Yeah. Let's see.
You just got to make sure you're paying attention. You can't be going out there and acting like a TikTok champion. You got to be a real champion. All those TikTok champions.
Let's make sure we get all your picks on record here and let people win money. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
So we'll be back. We'll be starting that up on Monday. We'll do our daily challenge bracket starting on Monday for baseball. We're definitely going to recap the Masters.
Yeah.
So my 3 picks for the Masters are going to be Webb, Koepka, and who's
Don't
go
with Wolf. You said Wolf, but I think there's another guy you should go. You think one of the top 10 guys are going to come through and win, I think. I don't think it's going to be a...
Well, I think Tiger's going to change the dynamic of this thing. And the crowd that's going to be there, the support he's going to have is going to change the dynamics of the whole thing. Phil not being there is insane to me. Yeah. Phil not being at the Masters is absolutely insane.
Remember what we said last year about Justin Rose with the first round leader?
He is the king of leading up to the first round.
So if anyone wants to keep following that trend, go ahead. And another guy that's interests me is Patrick Cantley. Kind of has all around game too. He's quiet. He putts well. He grinds. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of guys. Like I said, though, my main pick is Justin Thomas. That's my favorite golfer in the world. And then Scheffler and Cam Smith right behind them. So that's my 3.
I'm going to have to jump into the Hooters out here on Sunday and watch the final day. I'm going to have to jump into the old Hooters out there in Lincoln. Get to know them. So anyway, all right, listen. We're going to come back on Monday. We're going to start chopping this up. We're going to outline some stuff and get our picks ready. Daily challenge bracket starting up again. And just get ready for Monday. Cool?
Have a blast, guys. See you soon.
All right. Bye.